everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi, and we are back today for Abyss Battle again. On this month's Abyss Battle, as we can see here, is a Fire Abyss Battle. I was wondering if we was even going to get one, seeing as they've changed up the event release order, but yes, we have an Abyss Battle here this month. So, in this video we're going to go through the best teams to take on these bosses with. And once again, just for newer players, how this mode works, it's been around for quite a while now. We take on these Outpost Quests here on the left, and from these Outpost Quests we get hunting tickets. We use those hunting tickets to take on the bosses here, and the points we get from damage dealt to the bosses gives us some prizes here, and this is a very good place to get Astral Spheres, Astral Shards, and even some Masterpiece Shards here. And again, they've still got it at 25 billion points. To get all of those, very worthwhile doing if you can, and then a few extra rewards here, all up to 70 billion. So I am going to come back when we get to the very hard Outpost Quest, and we'll have a look at how that was and some teams for that first. So see you all in a second. So let's go into the very hard Outpost Quest here, and I'm going to try using this team. This is the team I've used for the first two stages in here, and it was very good, but it is a bit more of a premium team. There are a lot of more accessible characters here if you are a new player. I mean, Reno here, maybe 6-star Hiyori, this Inori here, 6-star Misogi, or the Halloween Misogi. These are all good characters. Matsuri here as well. These are all probably pretty good characters to take this on that are a little bit more accessible. Pretty sure you could build a team with them that could take it out. So let's jump in and see how this team does here. It's very hard. It hasn't seemingly been too difficult here. This is, I would say this is end game content, Abyss Battle. But if you are a newer player, definitely try and do as much as you can. And if these Outpost Quests aren't too difficult here, then it's worth doing them to start working, getting some of those spheres and shards to build up your Princess Knight's tree. This team here is hanging in a little bit longer, but there we go. Taken out there. So I don't think the Outpost Quests are too hard. Any long-time player shouldn't have any difficulty with them. Newer players, there are some accessible characters for it. Get in there, try and get these done, and remember to come back every day and use your skip tickets on them to get all of these hunting tickets that we need. So we can use skip multiple here. There we go. Am I missing stamina again? I might be. We'll come back and get that one later. But anyway, there we go. That is Outpost Quests done. So let's jump over then and see what teams we can build to take on these three bosses. Let's have a look at the bosses then this month, and the first one that we have here is Master Ukiki. So as always, let's go in and have a look at some teams for Master Ukiki. These again have come from Ebiru, very handy to have these here, and we can see the magical side of the fire team is the way to go here. These are the top damaging teams against this boss, although there are several competent physical teams here as well. Building a magical team, they might be a bit difficult. We have got some of Maho there. She's still being used, not completely abandoned just yet. And I will mention we have got Kanon in here for some of the physical teams. She's only been released today. I have had a little look at what she does. Seems to be a bit of a, well, I'll say strange character. I mean, she most closely resembles Christina as far as I can see. But the fact that she's not on the highest damaging team, at least for this boss and Akino, Saren avenged her out. Not the best look for a new limited character. As we know, 300 million damage to £1 this very hard mode to the top few teams here can do that. 334 million to £3 the very hard. So again, a few teams could be capable of that. So let's jump back across here then. We'll jump into Master Ukiki with this team there. We're going to have to borrow the Xmas Lariel there. Thank you for that. And let's see how this does. This should be quite an easy one pan on here. Everyone is set nice. There we go. This team here should be capable of doing like 419 million damage with a full tree. So we really shouldn't have too much trouble here. Building this fire magical team though can be a little bit difficult, and the damage that these teams will do will depend quite a lot on your Princess Knight's level on your trees there, the EX equipment, unique equipments, how high they're refined as well. So for newer players, this might be a little bit difficult, but this is definitely end game content. Although trying to get as far as you can as a new player would be very good for getting the rewards to getting that Princess Knight's tree a little bit higher. So for the physical teams that we have here, like I said, we've got Kanon in there. We've also definitely got Nefi Neira and Ho-chan in all of them, more or less, so you really do need to have them. And as for tanking it, Summer Neia is maybe a permanent character maybe that some people wouldn't have. So hopefully you can build a team here for Master Ukiki. This one shouldn't be too difficult, although we'll see what happens when we get a little bit closer to the end, because in testing my worm has died right at the very end, but for this mode at least it's not a problem. It would be maybe more of a problem when we're trying very hard. So let's see, there she goes, yes. Worm's gone down. Maybe we're going to have a look at that when I try very hard. I mean extreme, sorry. Because that might limit my damage a little bit there. Not quite get me that 400 odd million. So we've taken down Master Ukiki in one pan for the very hard mode. Of course, Lariel there doing most of the damage. Let's move on then. The second boss this month. See what teams we have got for Baron Fungus. I think it is Baron Fungus. Boss 2 then, the Baron Fungus. So let's jump over there and have a look at some teams for Baron Fungus. And again, all of these should be able to one-pan him as long as you've got a high enough skill tree. Definitely a physical team we're going to want to be using this time against Baron Fungus. And this Fungus, he spawns a few extra fungus, so he's a kind of multiple target. I was going to say, Kanon is in here for one team, but she's a single target, so maybe that would go against her. But again, I guess that shows you don't really have to summon for Kanon to progress in this Abyss battle, as long as you have got the rest of the characters here to build this team. Looks like Neia and Ho-chan are probably the most valuable characters here that you're going to have. They're on every single team here. But again, over 400 million for that top team, if you can build it. What does this one say here? It says Kanon could be replaced here for Halloween Misogi. Demo okay. So if you don't have Kanon here in this team here for 3.6 million, you could put in Halloween Misogi if you have got here in here place. So we're going to go in. I think we can run the second team here with the 6-star Misogi. I think that's the one that we're going to be running. So let's jump back in. And we need to borrow an Akino Saren, I believe. If we have got one on the friends list with a unique equipment on, we do just there. So very good. Let's jump in. See how we do this. We should be one-panning this. Thank you again for the friend supports there. Right, so we need to quickly unset Nefi very quickly. I have had a bit of trouble with Weemy surviving here. I think it's probably not unsetting Nefi. If you are having problems with Mawimi not being able to face tank this, then maybe going down to that team we saw there with June tanking might be an option. We have got, well, a few other characters in here. I mean, Fubuki isn't in some of the higher teams here either, which is a little bit strange. We've got Halloween Mimi also is an option for one of those teams as well, if you need to build that one instead. So with this team we are running here is supposed to do 391 million. So like we said, it should quite easily take out the Baron Fungus as long as we don't have any mishaps. We'll see how well it does. Remember to unset Nefi there is quite crucial to keep people alive in here. So we are coming down, 25 seconds left. It looks like we are doing okay. Him spawning there, Fungus spawning in those extra little lads there. And yes, with plenty of time left again, it seems like we have got the Fungus down. 12 seconds to go there. That team doing very well. So hopefully you can build some teams for Baron Fungus there. And we get those nice rewards. So let's move over there. We'll look at damage first, and then we'll move over then to the third boss this month. With me there, still being strong, even used. Even some of the old characters, well, at least some of the old characters are still pretty good now and again here in Princess Connect. So let's move over then to boss number 3. Let's have a look then at our final boss this month, which is Mad Bear. And what teams then have we got for Mad Bear? We can see the top team here do over 500 million damage to Mad Bear, which will be a 2-pan on the extreme mode, but it is a simple manual timeline there. If you wanted to give that one a try, if you can build that team. Looks like all the actions are activated with Summer Maho, doing a union burst. If you have the Summer Maho, she's very good then for this Abyss battle this month. Not being completely sidelined, but there are a lot of other teams here that can do good damage here, over the 300 million to 1 pan at the very hard mode here. A physical team right at the bottom, but it doesn't look like we're going magical with this. Hopefully you will be able to build a team from the sheet here. Let's jump back over into game then. And I will going to go in with this team again. We're going to have to borrow the Xmas Lariel. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully we will get it ourselves very soon. So let's jump in then. This team here is supposed to be doing around about 360 million, so we shouldn't have too many problems with Mad Bear here. A lot of other characters like the Halloween Kuka I see here on the list. We have got the Kuka, the Edo Kuka as the tank here on this team. Now she's still 3-star for me. This should be plenty. Yeah, I've got a unique equipment and unique equipment too on them, although they're not maxed out. So with enough of the buffs and boosts from Princess Knight and all this team should be pretty good. If you haven't, well, I've actually found out with this is you do have to have a lot of these characters leveled up and maxed out as high as you really can to be getting this kind of damage. So damage might be a little bit slower for you if you are a newer player and you don't have their EX equipment leveled up maximum, whatever like that. There we go. Coming up, we have got a few seconds left, and Mad Bear is down. Not a problem there for this team. Louise Maria there looking at her book. Pay attention, girl. You're in battle. You don't want to be distracted. So again, Lariel, the Xmas Lariel, doing the most damage there. So that is all 3 bosses for this month's Abyss battle. Hopefully you can build some teams for that. Again, new players, do the best you can. It will get you some good rewards, help you strengthen your account. And as we can see there, we have just unlocked Extreme for doing the very hard mode. As always, go into Extreme with the best team you had for very hard. The boss has got more hit points, but it doesn't do any more damage. And once you've managed to take down Extreme, you should have enough points to get all of the rewards. So there we go. That is Abyss battle here for June 2025. Let me know how you did with it. I'm Tokkuri Yashi. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey.